Okay, welcome to the Captain Marvel spoiler review. Be warned, there will be spoilers. So, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, is a human in the Air Force who ends up getting special powers because of basically she gets irradiated by the Tesseract and gets powers. Okay, so one thing I'll mention, which is kind of funny, is the way they're kind of playing both ends here. Because Carol Danvers is tough and she's special. She's a woman in the Air Force. But her best friend is a woman in the Air Force. So it's like, on one hand, you're saying Carol Danvers is special because she's this tough woman who won't take no for an answer. And it's in the 90s, so I mean, it's a lot different than today. And women in the military, whatever, that's fine. But it's like Carol Danvers is special. She's a woman in the military. She's tough. But her best friend is also a woman in the military who's tough. So it's like, so she doesn't, like, even like that doesn't make her stand out at all. Which is like another point against her because she's already so boring. Her one special thing isn't that special. Like, even in the Kree, when she's, on the Kree world, and she's a Kree agent, and she's fighting, one of the women and one of the people in the squadron is a female Kree. So, like, you're not special on Earth, because you're not the only woman, even in your own military squadron. You're not special on Hala, because, you're not the only woman in your squadron. It's like, so you really, well, the one thing that made you special is like towards the end of the movie, they have this big fight scene, and while they're fighting, they're playing that song by No Doubt, Just a Girl, or whatever it is. I know you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but they're playing that song. But it's like, but you're not the only girl there. Not the only woman in the Kree Space Police. Not the only woman on the Air Force. It's like, so you're boring. Which again is not saying that women should be in the military. It's just me saying that you can't have her kicking it too where she's special because she's in the military, but every woman can be strong in the military because women are strong, which is fine. Women are strong, but which one are you trying to play us with? So anyway, one of the big things I had always wondered about the movie before I saw it was, are they going to mention Mar-Vell? Because in the comic books, Carol Danvers gets her powers because she meets the original Captain Marvel, who was a Kree agent named Mar-Vell, which is not very, like, oh, that's a really great name, guys. Mar-Vell, that's Captain Marvel. Good job. But yes, Mar-Vell is in the movie. And for some reason, Mar-Vell is a woman. It's like there is no reason to have Mar-Vell as a woman or a man. I mean, I guess there's no reason to have Mar-Vell as a man. Like, it doesn't really matter the character's gender for the role, but it's like, why change it? It's kind of like in Ant-Man, where you have the original Ant-Man, Hank Pym, alongside Scott Lang. But they decided, yeah, Hank Pym's going to be a woman. It's Henrietta Pym for this. But there wasn't any reason for it other than just to have another woman in the role, which, again, it doesn't hurt the movie having another woman in the role, but it doesn't really help it either. It's just kind of a change for the sake of being a change. Which never makes sense to me, Like, it's fine they're using Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel because it makes sense. She has a tie to Earth. It explains why when she gets back to Earth. I mean, you could have done the same thing with Mar-Vell, but I guess it's easier with Carol Danvers. It gives her a tie to Earth, why she's wants to, side with the Earth at the end. So whatever, you change Mar-Vell's gender, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It doesn't add to the movie or take away from it. It's just kind of a change for the sake of being a change. So, of course, like I said in the other review, she's fighting the Skrulls, which you find out the Skrulls actually aren't the bad guys. And I mentioned General Talos was the best part of the movie. This guy really is the best part of the movie. He's hilarious. There's a part where he walks in, being all threatening to Carol Danvers and her friend, and they start just drinking out of a like a fast food restaurant cup, drinking a straw. It's like really kind of, comic relief to the tension. But something I really do want to mention is, like, they go out of their way to make the Skrull look bad and the Kree look heroic before they reveal a switch. Like, Jude Law's character, at one point, Ronan the Accuser wants to just bombard the Earth with all destructive force and destroy it because the Skrull are there, and they could, infiltrate it and eventually come kill them. But Jude Law is like, no, we can't do that because bad stuff is bad, and I'll be good guy. And another guy tries to, tell Ronan where they are, and he's like, oh, we lost him. Click. So it really cheats the narrative, kind of the way Frozen did with Prince gonna be a bad guy. It makes him look like a good guy for no reason other than to fool you. I guess you explained it that they were hunting, they didn't want Carol to die because, okay, oh goodness. The plot is that Mar-Vell, posing as a scientist on Earth for some reason, I don't know why she can do it on Hala, she had to do it on Earth, was posing as a scientist on Earth, created a light-speed engine, which she was going to use to help the Skrull escape because the Skrull were actually good guys. They weren't bad guys. They were just trying to escape Kree rule because Krees were meanies. That was And then she creates this light-speed engine. She has Carol testing it. The light-speed engine is fueled by the Tesseract. Carol gets right now Tesseract energy. Comes Captain Marvel. Jude Law basically kidnaps her, takes her to... And at the time, she gets ready because Carol Danvers destroys the light-speed engine because Mar-Vell told her to. That's pretty much it. So Jude Law takes her to the Kree homeworld where she's brainwashed to believe she actually is a Kree. Blah, blah, blah. Movie goes on. But like I said, they cheat the narrative, making Jude Law look so much like a good guy. Then all of a sudden, by the way, I'm a bad guy. Haha. Which wasn't too much of a twist because if you watch any other Marvel movie, like Guardians of the Galaxy, Krees are bad guys. They even have one of the bad guys from Guardians of the Galaxy, whose name I always butcher. I don't want to sound disrespectful to the guy. He's a great actor. But he was the guy that Drax killed. He's like, finger across neck means death. That guy was in the movie as one of the Kree soldiers. So he's a bad guy in Guardians. It's like, they're bad guys. So revealing them as bad guys isn't that big a surprise. So that's just kind of, fake twists and turns. I don't really have a big problem with the Skrull being good guys, except for the fact that now I've been cheated out of Super Skrulls. Seriously, Marvel, you just got the rights back to Fantastic Four, and now I can't see Super Skrull fight the Thing or Human Torch? That would have been awesome, but no, and now it's ruined. That part was it was really just not a great twist. It was just a twist for twist's sake. Now, there are parts that really bothered me. There are some parts that I really were mad about in this movie. Like, very angry. And that's the fact that they basically decided that Carol Danvers, the entire Marvel Universe, seems to revolve around her. In every way now. And this movie changed all the continuity from the other movies. Like in the first Avengers movie, when they said that Howard Stark fished a Tesseract out of the ocean. Oh no, actually it was up on this Kree battle station in space. That's where it was. Seriously, did Howard Stark get it, then give it to somebody who gave it to Mar-Vell, posing Dr. Lawson? Is that where she got it from? Then Nick Fury mentioning that he lost his eye on a mission with Nick Nolte's character in Winter Soldier. Anyway, actually he lost his eye getting scratched by a cat. By a cat! Yeah, I know the cat was actually an alien monster that eats things, but whatever. It was dumb, because you already established why he lost his eye. But no, now he lost it here because Captain Marvel is everything to us. And then the most insulting change was at the end, after Nick Fury, he's trying to figure out what to do if other alien attacks. He's writing his proposal for the Protector Initiative. But then he sees a picture of Carol Danvers by her plane. And the name of the plane says, Carol Avenger Danvers. He's like, the Avengers Initiative. Because, no! Screw you! That's what! The Avengers should not all revolve around Carol Danvers. You know what it's going to be from now on? It's going to be Carol Danvers and the Avengers in game. Carol Danvers and the Avengers go to Brooklyn. Carol Danvers and the Avengers take Manhattan. all dumb that the entire universe now revolves around this character who has never been mentioned before. Who this movie is a bunch of filler garbage. It's a boring filler movie made so Marvel can make a few dollars until Endgame comes out. But now you're going to tell me that the entire MCU revolves around this one character who nobody knew about until now. Well, that's another thing. They explain, one of the big questions everybody has is, okay, so Captain Marvel's been around from the beginning. Why the hell hasn't he been helping against all the other big threats? Well, the whole pager thing, she explains that you can only call her if it's a real emergency. She doesn't have to help the Skrulls find their own homeworld. Which, okay, so the Chitauri raining death on Earth isn't a real emergency. The Ultron destroying the Earth isn't a real emergency. Which I really don't care anyway, because I really don't want this one character to come in and become the only character that matters anymore. Which I really hope they don't do that. And I swear, if she lifts any of Thor's hammers, I'm gonna be pissed. If they bring Mjolnir back somewhere along the line with the time stone or something, and she lifts it, God help you guys. Honestly, God help you. So yeah, it's not the greatest movie, and unfortunately they try to make it more important to the story than it should be. Because none of the Avengers should be more important than the team. That's how I feel about it. You should not make one character bigger than the team. If you do, why have a team? Just have that character. It's hard to really pick out anything else to talk about the movie because it was really boring. It's hard to I can say, the movie was boring. Why was it boring? Because it didn't do much. And so it didn't do well. So I can't really harp on it too long for being boring because it's going to be repetitive. But trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about in the spoiler section that I didn't talk about in the main section, the main review. So she gets her powers, she's saving the Kree homeworld, comes back, finds out she's human, even though everybody already knew she was human from watching, the trailers. The reveal was a little interesting. I guess the reveal was more interesting than most other things you saw in the movie. Which isn't saying a whole lot. This movie didn't have a lot of the heart other Marvel movies have. I'll be honest, most Marvel movies have at least one part where you get a little bit teary-eyed or a little bit, feel your heartstrings being jerked. But this one really didn't. It tried to do that a couple times, but it fell flat. Just because you really, for me, I was not invested in the character at all, so I really didn't care what happened to her. It was just a character who did stuff and stuff happened to them. But yeah, thanks for watching again, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'm going to see you guys again next time I do a movie review. Coming soon, I'll be doing the Almighty Thor review, which hopefully you guys will enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.